Before I start, I think we should all pay tribute to Nelson Mandela. So I would like everyone to stand up and observe 1 minute of silence. Thank you. Respected Mayor, Deputy Mayor, Commissioner of the Police, ladies and gentlemen. Today, our country is at an inflection point. I think we all know that people and citizens of our country are looking for better governance, a change in the way we govern ourselves, better delivery, and at the base of this all is how do we create a good, wholesome society? I think that is really what everybody in the world, everybody in the country, everybody in our city wants. We want a decent quality of life. We want a safe city. We want a clean city. We want a city that has basic amenities for every strata of society. We want equitable opportunities, which means that we want good access to education, healthcare, civic amenities, and everything that allows us to lead a good life. You know, I started by observing a 1 minute silence for the great Nelson Mandela. And you know, Mandela was one human being who was blessed with very special properties and inspirational powers to reach out to people, to convert hatred into harmony, to convert discrimination into dignity. He created an Africa where people forgave those who tormented them. He created an Africa where people understood and realized the torment that they had caused, and they were willing to really reproach and pay for that torment that they had caused. This was the kind of thinking the man had, and he suffered, he endured. He was a prisoner for 27 years of his life. And he came out stronger, he came out more forgiving. And he was a true Gandhian, because that's what Gandhi believed in. And that is why the book also that we have presented our guests of honor with is about Ramchandra Guha's book about India, Gandhi before India. And it basically tells you about what made Gandhi the man he was. How did he evolve through life? It's not that he was born as a great man, but there were things in his life that he understood, absorbed, and then built upon to make his thinking so lofty. So all of us here, as citizens of this city, know that there are things wrong in our city. We know that everything is not right. But for far too long, we have been armchair critics. We have only complained. We have criticized the government. We have said government is not doing enough. Things are awful. We simply cannot live this way. But what have we done to make a difference? You know, the government has a huge challenging task, because this city has grown beyond expectation. We have not planned. The planning process has been so weak in our country and in our city, because we have planned for a city of a certain size. We did not plan for the future. We planned for the present and for the past, and that too at a time when the present was also growing at such a pace that we were not expecting that pace of growth. So with all this, it has led to under-resourced, under-invested, infrastructure and amenities, which is causing us all a lot of pain. So we came together under the umbrella of BPAC, and it was basically Jairaj, Mohandas Pai and myself who said, we must do something. And there are others like R.K. Mishra and Sridhar and many, many others who basically said, let's do something, let's bring about a change, let's see how we can deliver better, how we can govern better. So the base of it all was governance. Even today, if you see, the electoral anger that people are expressing in assembly elections and I'm sure at the general elections will be about wanting better governance, wanting better delivery of basic amenities that people must have access to. This is the heart of what the debate is in the country today. The political debate is in the country today. So we as citizens must engage. There is no such thing as society and government having a huge rift between them. It is about society and government acting synergistically to bring about better governance. This is what BPAC wants to do. So with this in mind, we set up BPAC and we started looking at Bangalore itself, because we cannot think, we cannot dilute our efforts. We want to use this as a template for the rest of the country. Bangalore today is such an important economic hub and an economic engine for the state of Karnataka. If we don't invest in Bangalore, if we don't make Bangalore a wonderfully functioning city, we are going to stifle and strangle Karnataka itself. So with this in mind, we said, how do we do this? It was a gigantic task. So we set out with an agenda for Bangalore. The agenda for Bangalore was really about how does Bangalore govern itself? Are we doing the right kind of planning? Are we planning for the future? Is the governance structure itself optimal for such a planning process? And so on and so forth. So if you read the agenda for Bangalore, if you go on BPAC site, you will see what this whole agenda for Bangalore is. I don't want to take you through the whole agenda and various aspects. But what I do want to say to you is, look, we in a very simplistic way, we want a better planning process. We want a better structure that can deliver better. And we want a safe city, a clean city, and a functioning city that is good for every citizen of this city of Bangalore. And what we want is for every citizen of Bangalore to feel proud of their city and no longer keep complaining. And in order to do this, we have to work very closely with government to see how do we fix all these problems. We need innovative solutions. We need out-of-box thinking. You know that we are all facing huge and grave challenges. So we decided that the best way to do that is to start from the grassroots, because we know in every country in the world, political engagement starts at the grassroots, at the primary level, at the ward level. And therefore we said, let us bring in better governance by strengthening our ward level political structure. And this is being done by our wonderful corporators. But you know that many of them are just doing it without formal training, without great understanding, but they want to do something. So we said, let us tailor-make a program that works with such corporators who want to do good, who want to, have an impact on their local wards and their societies and their communities, and teach them better governance. So in partnership with Takshila Foundation, who have actually very thoughtfully put together a very, very well-structured program for building civic leadership in our country, we thought we should start this program and an initiative called B-CLIP, which is BPAC's Civic Leadership Incubator Program. I do hope that this particular program is going to be not only the hallmark, but basically the spearhead of such a program for the rest of the country. Because I think this is where it all starts. And I can tell you that for me personally, just going through the interview process of selecting these candidates for the first batch, as you just heard from both Jairaj and my colleague, Dr. Pabi Shetty, that we are going to actually have altogether in the first year, which includes a 6-month program each, we are targeting 100 such people to be trained, 50 in each batch. But as you just heard, even in the first batch, we have had to take more people. So there's a deep amount of interest. And I can tell you that during my interview process, which I attended, I was so inspired by what I heard from some of these candidates. People want to do things which are good for society. People have wonderful ideas. In fact, when we asked them questions about how can they improve things, some of the ideas they came out with were amazing. One of them was so passionate about the water crisis we are facing. That person said, no, if I want to take on a project, it's about cleaning our water bodies, restoring our water bodies. I want to go back to the old Bangalore thinking of how do we revive our lakes and tanks and make this a water-abundant city. That was that person's aspiration. Another person said, the way we govern, the way we plan, I think we must change it. Because we must divide Karnataka into more developed and less developed parts of the state. And we must have budgets that are allocated in that way, because the more developed parts of Karnataka need high-end infrastructure, and the less developed parts of Karnataka need basic infrastructure. And the infrastructure needs, the investment needs are very different. So can we start at the budgeting process itself? These were very, very important thinking and thoughts coming from these kind of candidates who want to become corporators at the ward level to begin with. So they said, can we even do that at a ward level? Let us split up Bangalore into more developed, less developed, and can we do that in Bangalore itself? And that is something for BBMP to think about. That is something for the mayor to think about. Now we come to how do we build a safe city? Somebody was very concerned about the way the city is, turning to violence and lack of law and order. And that is why I think we have the presence of the police commissioner. And we will see how to work with the police commissioner to think out of the box and make this the safest city in the country. Women's safety is so important. And we at BPAC actually are working on women's safety issues. Again, we had an opportunity to discuss this with the police commissioner this morning, and we said, let us work together to make this the safest city for women in India. So there is so much to be done. And I think that B-CLIP will be the forerunner and the front runner of such an innovative way of building better governance, better corporators, and better delivery. So that is really the ethos with which we are going about B-CLIP. I would like to first and foremost thank everyone that participated in the interview process. We had volunteers from, as you just heard, from everybody, from all walks of life. And I think they did a fantastic job sparing their valuable time, attending these interviews, and making it into such an important exercise for the start of this particular program. And then I want to thank all the candidates who applied for this program, for coming and being interviewed and spending time with us, and for congratulating the first batch of the B-CLIP program. You are going to be making history. This is a historical initiative, and this is the way forward for better governance. And I really look forward to every person who actually attends and completes this program to be a proud brand ambassador of B-CLIP and to take this very strong message forward. And I really hope that all of you, whether you become corporators or whether you continue to play other civic leadership roles, that you will make big impact and a big difference in the way this city functions. Thank you very much.